Greetings and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. I am still Karyonto. And last time we murdered somebody. That's bad, right? Don't do that. Right, Volume 7 of Business Flagrantly Illegal. Yeah, murder is pretty illegal. What's the other one gonna be like? She looks like she's very angry. Is there gonna be more murder? Probably. Who knows? Anyway, let's go. Ever since you were a kid back on Earth, you've always held a deep, close wish to one day travel the world. You wanted to see new places, experience exciting new tastes. Tests? No one wants to experience new tests. They aren't exciting. And altitudes and temperatures. Maybe go scuba diving. You never imagined you would actually get the chance. That kind of cool stuff didn't happen to someone like you. Well, you're finally getting your wish. It's just a totally different world. Funny how life turns out. Indeed it is. When you get back to Earth, well, you don't want to think about that. Who knows if it will ever even happen? You have really chilled out recently. Found your place in the universe. Drifting from friend to friend, adventure to adventure. It's the only way to live. And now we're gonna meet Konyll Okima. She looks very, very angry. Oh dear. Konyll, hi there. Right now your travels have brought you to what appears to be a normal road in an innocuous part of town. Not particularly upscale, but not exactly a rat trap either. Just pretty average. Yeah, most places are pretty average. By the law of averages. Isn't that right? Oh, she's hiding in a bush. A predator. A row of those spiky purple bushes line the side of the road, and behind one of them stands a large, fierce troll who is glancing furtively up and down the street. Okay, that's less average.
Hey, are you her?
Huh?
I mean, are you her? Are you who I'm waiting for, here for?
Well, your first instinct is definitely to tell her that yes, of course you are who she's been waiting for, provided she's been waiting for a new friend. But honestly, you aren't sure your shtick is going to work on this girl.
Of course not. What was I thinking? This is so infuriating. She's so late, I'm so bored. Do you think she's coming soon?
Okay, she's just waiting on her girlfriend. You don't know who she means, but you suggest that she might be more comfortable waiting somewhere that isn't in a spiky purple shrub. I don't think the music's appropriate at all for this silly scene.
Don't be stupid! My clients value discretion. I have to lay low.
The shrub hardly managed to cover her, and standing behind it and shouting is definitely not making her less conspicuous. Neither is asking a random passerby whether they are her client. Not that you can talk, accosting people left and right and asking them to be your friend is kinda your whole deal. Yeah, we're a bit of a nuisance.
If you aren't Country Lady 453, then who is?
Country Lady 453? That almost sounds like... Oh, Skyla! Sorry I'm late, I couldn't... Oh, Skyla. One tarnation! You know that genteel charm anyway. Well, my stars! I definitely wasn't expecting to see you around here. What a massive coincidence. You are incredibly glad to see Skyla. And Lady too. All unkidnapped and everything. You give Skyla a hug, which she enthusiastically returns. She nearly picks you up off of your feet. Lady shoves her nose against your neck and gives you a few sloppy licks.
Who the heck are you? I have business at this bush. Maybe find your own.
Sorry, but I'm in the business your bush has been looking for.
Wait, what? You're a Country Lady?
The very same. Name's Skyla Corriga. Pleasure to meet ya.
I didn't think you'd be a bronze.
I've gotten that before, honestly. Also, by the by, this concerns them too. She puts her hand on your shoulder.
It does?
It does? Sure enough. They were there when it happened. They even helped me fight off the varmints who tried to take my Lucis.
Right, yeah, you said something about that in your message. But I don't get it. What do you want me to do?
Right, well, the bandits didn't get lady, but other kids haven't been but so lucky. Lowbloods have been hit especially hard. I want you to find the band's base of operations, and I want you to take them out. Permanently and painfully. Oh. Aw. Well, it's Alternia. Oh, damn it, Skyla's doing a hit job. Everything is really, really violent in this world. God damn it. Konyll's mouth moves slightly? Like she's trying to reason through the steps of Skyla's conversation. And then she catches up, and a slow grin spreads over her face.
Yeah, I like painful and permanent. But wait, you want me to get revenge for someone else's Lucis? Why?
Well, a few of us got together and decided to do something about it ourselves. Since there's no hope for the heirs or drones doing anything to stop bandits, and they all elected me as spokestroll, seeing as how I'm the oldest and least easily shook.
Okay, sure. I guess the why isn't important. How much you got? How much are you willing to throw down? I doubt any lowbloods could afford my fees, let alone a bunch of country rusties.
The lady starts to growl and Skyla puts a pacifying hand on her head. Everything's fine, lady. We expected this, didn't we? We were hoping you'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of your blood pusher. Come on now. Jeez. Konyll laughs so hard that she spits. Skyla winces.
You got pan disorder. If you think I'd take any charity cases, I don't work for pretty smiles.
Keep your confidence to yourself, missy.
That wasn't... I didn't mean to say that out loud. Why don't you just go find yourself the bandits yourself?
You know full well I don't have the means. But you do. It'd be a walk in the recreation field for you. If you were so nasty and selfish. Or maybe you're scared.
You! I'll show you scared.
Oh hell, they look like they're about to throw down. You gotta do something to defuse this situation. Jesus Christ. Ask Konyll if she works on spec. What does that even mean? Wait, is that speculative market? Oh no. What's that? What does spec mean?
What? I don't work on spec. I'm only licensed on Alternia. Just kidding, I don't have a license.
You explained to Konyll that working on spec means doing some work for free in hopes that you are going to be paid later. Right, okay. Speculation it is. You say it's unlikely that the bandits only go after Lucii. That would be totally ridiculous when there's so many other things in the world to steal. Like money. They probably have just heaps of money in their hideout, and if she breaks in, she can have it all. Skyla doesn't want it. She just wants to save the Lucii. You're so dang convincing that you almost convince yourself.
I'm not so sure. Sounds like you might be trying to fuck me over.
You let out a scandalized gasp to convey just what an untoward accusation that is. You're shocked. Shocked!
Fine. Anything to get away from this stupid bush.
She kicks the prickly purple shrub so hard it uproots and sails across the street to land on the hood of someone's car.
But you're coming with me. I'm gonna hold you to that. And if there's no money, then I'll hold you tighter. And squeeze. Until your weirdly colored eyes pop out.
Yikes. You believe it too? She could definitely do that. But here's chance. We've got tons of success stories proving that forced exposure is really the best way to get people to like you. Sounds just peachy. When do we leave? Konyll kicks at another bush. She seems to have an anger management problem. Well, you guess she is managing it. She's taking it out on the shrubbery instead of you or Skyla.
We aren't doing anything. You aren't coming.
Lady starts growling again, and Skyla looks like she wants to join in. Excuse me? Konyll gets up in her face, moving way faster than someone her size seems like she should be able to.
You aren't coming. You'll just get in my way. You're distracting.
Ah, goddamn, that pretty smile, eh? God damn it. Skyla's mouth twitches just the tiniest bit.
That is not what I meant.
Isn't it though?
You keep tricking me. I just meant that you'll probably stop to save some bark beast wrigglers and get us all cold.
Skyla crosses her arms and tosses her hair. Fine, I'm counting on you two. You figure that the information gathering stage of the operation is next. If you've seen heist movies, you know how shit works. But Konyll just shouts at someone on her palm husk for a while, then punches some coordinates into a car that you're pretty sure isn't hers. It takes you to the outskirts of the city, past long stretches of cracked concrete and urban sprawl. Not exactly the place you'd expect to find bandits who steal from farm animals. You point this out to Konyll. She tells you to shut up, so you do. You leave the car and walk the last few blocks. The bandits' operation is honestly not super impressive. It's a long industrial structure that looks more like a manufacturing plant than a den of thieves. I mean, improvise, adapt, overcome, all that stuff, you know. Beside it is something much more impressive. A sleek black spacecraft. Not like yours. This is the Mercedes-Benz of your banged up Chevy Malibu. Even before you crash-landed it, that thing was a hunk of junk.
Oh, holy shit! Is that an adult?
What, the ship?
No, dingus.
You follow her frenzied gaze and oh, right. The trolls beside the ship is taller than anyone else you've seen here. Her skin is dark grey, her claws incredibly long. If everyone you've met so far has been a kid, wow. They all deal with stuff that even adults on your planet don't. Routine death, dismemberment, and like 4 different relationship dynamics. If there really are no mature trolls here, then where are they? Off to the wars, the intergalactic ones, eh? Or something like that.
Wait, hold up! You're saying where you're from you live with adults?
Yeah, most of us become adults.
You all live on the same planet?
Sure do.
Huh. Well, maybe you're tougher than you look.
No, we just don't become tough, that's all.
Adults are terrifying. Come on, let's get closer.
I mean, they do start off with as little wrigglers. And they grow up to be this, and then they become adult version. Okay. You and Konyll settle up close enough to get the trolls to overhear them haggling over stolen goods. So far the conversation is too general to tell if they mean the Lucii.
Damn, they must have globes of steel. Talking back to an adult. I mean, I'm great at rushing without giving any thought, but I'm not a total moron.
The 2 trolls appear to come to an agreement. They shake hands and heading back into the warehouse together.
So what do you think? What should we do?
Huh? You? Konyll's the expert here.
Yeah, no shit. For punching. I'm also good at slashing, but Asdar always does the thinking. And the planning. He's the one with the beams and the big think pad. Don't tell him I said that. Please?
You assure her you couldn't tell Asdar anything at all, because you don't know who he is.
Oh, right. Asdar is a frustrating bulge lord loser, who sucks so bad. Also, he's my mate spirit and we have been together for sweeps. He's supposed to be here, but he's off busy doing some dumb bullshit. So I need you to be pants in this operation, okay? Please, do this for me.
Oh dear. Oh dear, we're gonna be the brains that get us killed. I guess let's follow the pirates into the warehouse. I mean, going into the spaceship seems like suicidal. The spaceship itself could be alive. I don't know. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least you won't be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back out to check out on the ship. You could already do some James Bond ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying, "Cover me!" Maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. You can't really do any gymnastics even when you aren't healing from broken ribs, but fantasy James Bond, you sure can. Konyll doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway toward the first door. Damn, she really hadn't been joking when she said she was more into the straightforward approach. You pick up speed to try to get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in there and getting you both caught immediately. A good thing too. Through the window in the door, you see what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husks, and a few more are sitting at the table and playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, and a little colorful shells.
Oh, come on, there's not even that many. We can take them. I forgot you weren't my partner, you're just dead weight.
No real argument there. Polypa told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. You wondered if Konyll would have been so hot to take the job if it had been for Skyla's vibes. Yeah, that's the word, vibes. They were vibing. You have to do this. You have to rally. Konyll is already losing faith in you. Or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place. Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it, assuring Konyll that you definitely know what the fuck you are doing.
What? Where are you going?
You've been down this road before. With Demon and your meet a quest through the sewers. This is possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principle applies. Fake it till you make it. Konyll gets annoyed much faster than your other friend, if her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by. Damn, you really need to step up your game. You think back on all the heist and infiltration movies you've seen. Maybe you can find a locker room or a troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT hazmat suits. We're in the game room now. Yeah, that would be the best plan. Just put on a disguise and wander around like a sneaky fucking... God damn it. You are so busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open the door without thinking and find yourself looking at the trolls playing the card game. Somehow in your random quest to the warehouse, you manage to double back on yourself and come out on the other side of the break room. Classic. This is classic you. You're almost charmed by yourself. Almost. There's a frozen moment when all the bandits just stare at you and Konyll, perhaps taking in the truly staggering idiot level you have achieved.
Thank fuck! We should just have done this from the beginning!
I mean, I guess probably, yeah. You've gotten into quite a few fights since arriving on this planet. Well, most you've stood around while other people fought. But the point is, Konyll. She's brutal. She takes almost all the same number of bandits that you, Skyla, and Lady did in a quarter of the time. Multicolored blood flies. And God, you know these are bad guys? They've been stealing Lucy and selling them, which sucks. But right now, they're kind of just a bunch of kids getting massacred. Jesus fucking Christ. You don't feel great about it. In fact, you think you might need to sit down for a little bit. Yeah. Your back hits the wall and you slide down to this dirty floor. You are clammy all over.
Pathetic!
Konyll pulls her gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and a squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground.
What are you? Ah, are you serious? Come on!
You try to tell her that she volunteered you for this mission herself, but you can't slow your breathing enough to get words out. You aren't sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters. Or maybe you've been on Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering as blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point. Whatever, if you've learned anything from this experience is that the why of things doesn't actually matter. Konyll looms over you, raising gauntlet. She's gonna kill you. At least if you're dead you can't puke on yourself. But instead of brutal stabbing you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Konyll pushes your head down until it's between your knees.
Take slower breaths, idiot!
You follow her instructions, too lightheaded to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this.
Huh. Dodger freaked out his first fight too. Wasn't even bloody. And little Wriggler passed out. I guess some bloodcasts really are better built for violence.
She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. You kinda wish she'd taken the bloody gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You are having a hard time reconciling this Konyll with the one who had snarled at Skylar for being too nice.
I'm multifaceted. I also fuck her. Which reminds me.
She pulls her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen.
Korg, I got your bandits.
She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does in real life.
Yeah, no shit. Of course I work fast. Especially when I don't have anyone to slow me down with a bunch of tactics and plans. Ah! Save for your kiss misses.
She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her she really seems to hate Skylar. Connell's face goes a fierce shade of green.
Don't be stupid. I barely know her.
You don't press the issue. You also don't point out the kind of obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who had been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. But if Konnell forgetting about them means less murder, you are all about that. There's no way the bands are continuing their work after this. Konnell also seems to have forgotten about the fact that she came in here looking to be paid and no, she's looting the bad bodies. Great. I mean, yeah, she's in RPG right now. RPG mode. Murder, then loot. It's a lot messier and takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. Yeah, I fucking bet. In the end, she ends up with 5 palm husks, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic you think might be sci-fi credit cards.
Whatever. There's barely anything here. But that fight made it pretty worth it.
Well, you're glad it was good for somebody, at least. You are just trying to not think about it and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Konnell wants to do with your outstanding debt at that point, well, you can square up out there.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually going to squeeze you. It'll just be too easy. Like squishing a March bug.
Ah, yes. Say it by being pitiful.
I doubt you have any money anyway. I mean, you are wearing an ablution robe.
True. Konnell helps you to your feet. You kinda want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murdering and comforting, with her doing both those things and you standing there like a dumbass. But really, you've made friends with worse people, for worse reasons. Yes, objectively. Zebru, that fuck.
Oh, here. Why don't you take one of these?
She hands you one of the palm husks. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, it might be mustard, like the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone. Why? Oh, because you need a phone. Why?
You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have any pants. This way we can keep in touch. And you can tell me if you have any more jobs with an excellent violence level. Like this one. Here, let's exchange info. Palm husks are really useful. You can use them to call people and everything.
You aren't sure if she's making a joke. Possibly she just thinks you're an idiot. That's okay, you can deal with that. Because we are an idiot, ultimately. Because not only did you make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit, you killed it. Poor choice of words. Very poor choice of words. I don't know if that's mustard. Well, we got a phone, and we're an actual accomplice to murder as well at the same time. So, yay. Go us. Of course, violence was inevitable. Brutal, though. This was quantity, and Ramel was brutality. But hey, we got a couple new friends, and we're... Yay! Loot your enemies, I guess. That's the lesson for today. I guess. I don't know. Goodbye.